you guys already know that it's going to be a serious video. And the camera's out, and I'm on the camera. God, it's been a long time. I'm currently taking a stroll through the beautiful, as you can see. Hey, look how gloomy this weather is, by the way. This right here is just standard British weather. And you've got to be careful, because if you look at the clouds for too long, you may become a Solar Mission fan. So, something to watch out for. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what we're talking about today. If you don't, we're going to be talking about the recent surveys that Jagex put out. And my God, has there been some controversy around this. It's a very controversial thing. I mean, actually, I don't think it's that controversial. I think probably at least 90% of you guys are probably in support for just like none of that shit happening, and I can't blame you. Before we jump into it, I would like to say that if this isn't obvious already, which I'm sure most of you don't, it doesn't need to be said, but none of this is a reflection of the people who work at Jagex, e.g. the face of the company, the people that we see, the people who we've grown to trust, and yeah, it's not those guys. But at the end of the day, I would say that they're probably being impacted by this just as much as anyone else, including the players. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. There's a big difference, I think, between making a load of noise and being pissed off rightfully about something like this versus, you know, actually attacking and going after individuals, which is just, yeah, don't do that. It's fucking dumb. What's the point? It's stupid. And half of the people that you're probably going after probably don't like it either. So, you know, just something to consider. You know, I kind of just wanted to like reconnect a little bit with you guys, because fuck, man. Do you know the last time I was in front of the camera like this? It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Do you guys remember the video? Is PvP worth saving? That was the last time I did a video like this. Insane. And that's how you know this is going to be a serious video. I imagine that like the majority of you have probably heard, you've seen the drama, you've heard, you know, everything online. But those of you that haven't, I'll just give you like the TLDR. Basically, Jagex put out a survey. The survey went out to God knows who. I didn't receive a copy of it. I'm guessing it was selective people. I do not know. But the survey was basically talking about membership and how they wanted to like basically remonetize the game and how they plan to do that going forward. And there was just like loads of different various ways they were going to do it. They were talking about putting ads around the game. I assume it was around the game. I've seen some hilarious memes. There's one on Reddit, it's like someone's killing an armadillo and they get an ad as soon as the boss dies. It's fucking brilliant. To be honest, I think the advertising was probably the least concerning, in my opinion at least. I think the main problem was they were talking about like tiered memberships, and the problem with it is that they just put a bunch of stuff in there that was just so out of touch with the community. Like there was stuff on there that was like, with this tier of subscription, you'll get a bond to your bank every month. And oh my God, like that's so out of touch with the old school RuneScape game. Like that's just, who did this survey, man? And there was the other one, what was it? It was like, we'll give you enhanced customer support. Oh my God, bro. that right there has to be, like, if Jagex ever want to fucking troll us, like, they know, like, April, dude, when April comes around, I think it would be hilarious if they're like, we're rolling out enhanced player support for those of you for those of you guys that have paid for like the premium membership. I think that would be so funny. By the way, this is a standard British road. This is what we drive on. This is pretty much as big as it gets, boys. But yeah, I think that was the stuff that really rubbed people the wrong way. I mean, it was just incredibly out of touch. And yeah, people didn't respond well, which is no surprise to anybody. And it's amazing that it even, like, how did this survey even come through? They have said, the CEO, Mod Pip, has done a follow-up. He has made an apology. There was something in there about it being like they outsourced the survey to a company. But, like, come on, man. Like, are you telling me that there was nobody at Jagex that, like, checked the questions? Like, just to check to see if they're in line with, like, anything that the community holds to a value? I find that hard to believe, to be honest with you. Normally, I don't really pay too much attention to all the things that people are constantly outraged about online, because let's be real, there's something every single day, and there's only so many things that really matter. And this is one of the rare instances where, damn, I'm actually recording a video. This is some shit that matters, boys. And, you know, obviously, everybody went crazy. Loads of uproar. The Jagex CEO then puts out a post basically apologising and kind of backtracking a little bit with it. I will say this. I think that in itself is enough to give me the assurance that a lot of that stuff probably isn't going to happen. You know, if they want to keep the business, then it's probably a good idea not to upset 90% of the player base. I think we've got some sheep. We do, boys. Hold up. Let me see if I can get you a little peek of one of these. Look at him. This is like a Welshman's fantasy right now. You know what? I'm an idiot, by the way. This motherfucker's got a big extension. Why am I not doing that? You guys have probably been checking out my triple chins this whole time. Goddamn. Think about it like this, right? It's like, imagine if everybody was very passive, nobody made a fuss, and there was just a few people that kicked up a fuss about this. The truth is that if people didn't really care and we were all passive, you can bet that a lot of the stuff that they suggested, we would probably see it coming into the game. So I just want to say, you know, for all of those of you that have got involved, raised your concerns about it, posted on your Reddits and your YouTube comments and all of that stuff, like, well done, you know. I don't think there's anything wrong with speaking up for what you believe in, especially when it comes to the game and like the community that we have, because it is so unbelievably out of touch. They've got police drones here, that's crazy. Stop poaching, boys. I actually saw a deer here the other day. It was really nice, not gonna lie. You don't see them very often. I've not seen one probably since last year, and I saw one on over there, which is where we're heading in a minute. I can't believe I didn't have this fucking thing extended this whole time. I'm trolling. At the end of the day, like, if you guys didn't make such a fuss, there wasn't such an uproar, then you can guarantee that a lot of this stuff would have come into the game. 100%. Like, if the company think they can get away with making money out of the players, and the players don't really care, it's gonna happen. So fair fucking play, boys. I encourage you guys to get involved with this. You know, leave your Reddit posts, leave your YouTube comments, all of that stuff. Let me know what you think, you know? Tell me on this video what you think about the whole thing that's happened, because I'm just saying, like, if there wasn't pushback, oh my god, boys. Meh. But yeah, well done on pushing back, boys, because I can guarantee this stuff probably would have made its way into the game. But you know what is funny? This is something I was thinking about. The cat's out of the bag now, boys, because they've already announced that they can do all of this wonderful stuff. Like, they can protect your names when you have to switch it to another account. They've said that. That's something that they are willing to do at the right cost. They're also willing to give us enhanced customer support. This is all stuff that they can do as long as the price is right. That stuff should probably just be like standard with the membership that we pay, considering that membership goes up every couple years or every year. I'm a little bit out of touch with the membership, boys. You'll have to let me know, because I pay for all of my membership with bonds. Because, you know, if you've got to pay with membership with real money, man, you're not gaming. Is that an elite take? I don't know. Maybe it is. It's not hard to make a bond, although a bond is getting expensive now, I guess. It's hard and free to play. Fuck that. I did do a little bit of research, and I wanted to just see how many times has Jagex been traded or sold. And I did look it up, and it was 6 times between now and 2012, which is when I believe the Gower brothers gave like the majority of the share over to, I can't remember the name. It was a different company. The last time that the company was sold, traded, was in 2024. I think it was April. To my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, this was the first time ever where Jagex removed players' membership loyalty prices. And some of you probably won't even know this, but yeah, people that had been subscribed since like the early 2000s that were probably paying, I don't know, $4.99, $3.99, I'm not sure what it would have been. Those people were still paying those prices up until a few months ago. And this is the first company that has moved in to owning Jagex that have actually like discontinued that loyalty program. And I don't know, I feel like that is slightly concerning. I think that it does show what the priorities of this company might be. And to be honest with you, like, the fact that they're rolling out a survey that's like this, I'm not too surprised. Jagex has been traded 6 times. all of those companies that have purchased Jagex over the last few years have all bought the company to try and make profit. And out of all of those, one has removed the loyalty program. People that have been subscribed at a certain price for 20 years all now have to pay the regular price. I think that says a lot. The only chance we have, boys, we all need to download and buy Brighter Shores by the Garrett brothers and just pray they buy it back. Again, I'm not trying to worry people, scare any of you or anything like that, because I truly don't think that they're going to go ahead with any of this stuff. I think membership is most likely just going to continue to rise. They're going to try to push certain things into the game, and that's why it's important that videos like this are made, and that why discussions and posts and so forth happen to discourage it, you know? And I think that when you look at the MMORPGs that exist, old school RuneScape is one of the most thriving games. It's actually got a growing player base, which is insane. Like, if you look at other games, I think it's only second to Blizzard. There's not many MMOs that are out there nowadays that you can say have been around as long as old school RuneScape. It stood the test of time, boys. And at the end of the day, I think the reason that old school RuneScape is such a successful MMO is because it represents what MMOs traditionally and originally were supposed to be, and somehow it's 2025 and old school RuneScape still remains somewhat traditional in the sense of it being an MMO, especially when you compare it to like all of the sort of games that come out nowadays. Everything is, you know, it's mostly based around the monetization system, and then there's like 20% that goes towards the game, and that's just the structure. Oh my god, you ready for this, boys? I don't know if you are. Hello, fellas. Or ladies. Some of them's got horns. What kind of cows are these, boys? Anyone that's more of a farmer than me, let me know. God, he's a beefy boy. Look at him, that big ginger one. Jesus. I think that's probably one of the things that is the most out of touch with the survey that went out, is the reason why old school RuneScape is so successful as a game. And it is so successful, it truly is. Like, when you compare it to other MMOs, it's second to Blizzard, like with World of Warcraft. And who knows? Who knows how long that's going to last? Because I'm telling you right now, I've watched a lot of news about World of Warcraft over the last few years, and I'm telling you, the stuff that they do, and the amount that they listen to their player base, man, does it not just ring true that that reminds you of Jagex back in like the 2010s? Back when the game was becoming RuneScape free, and there was nothing that we could say or do about it. It, like, Blizzard just reminds me of like previous Jagex from back then. That's why I think the survey is so out of touch. Because the game is so popular, because it's based on the traditional values of an MMO. It's not, you know, 90% monetization, 10% video game. It's 100% video game. Let's say 99% video game, 98%, 2% monetization. You got your membership, and you got your bonds you can buy. We'll give it 2%. That, well, right there, has quite a lot of historical significance. If you're in the UK, you have probably heard of Jack and Jill. So, if you're not from the UK, I'll read out what the plaque says. So, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. That's the well, and that's the hill. They're gonna have a plaque up there about me. It's gonna say, Raikesy, RuneScape vlogger, fell down, smashed his head open. What a clown. We're making a vlog ranting about Jagex, and they upped the membership price anyways. Look how beautiful it is here, boys. But yeah, that's cool, isn't it? That's Jack and Jill Hill, that is right there. That is the official place of Jack and Jill. Need I say more? And you know what, boys? If you guys have enjoyed this little walk and talk with Raikesy today, through the forest, up Jack and Jill Hill, just over there, leave a like on the video, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you guys have to say. Do you think this is going to be the last that we hear of this kind of monetization? Do you think the Jagex are going to try to slip it in a sneaky way? Or do you think that they've got the message loud and clear? Let me know, like the video, leave a comment down below, And do you know what you can do while you're there? Buy a mouse mat. We've still got some available. There's not many left. So you're going to have to grab them. I can only sell 100. But if you want to get yourself a mouse mat, boys, support the cause. Grab one. And also, to any of you legends that already bought one over Christmas, I fucking love you. This definitely wasn't just an excuse to use this new camera. It's a business expense.